Some videos have been circulating on the web claiming that the activation of the Large Hadron Collider by CERN is an end-time event. Many videos online state or give the impression that the Hadron Collider will be activated on or around September the 23rd. This is supposed to be evidence that something significant in terms of end-time Bible prophecy is going to happen at the end of September, especially considering all the other predictions that people have been making for the month of September. Did any of these guys actually think to double check with CERN's website to see when the next time CERN was planning to activate the Hadron Collider? Apparently not. Either that or the schedule has changed since those videos were published, because I just checked it and this is what it says. We are now going to wake it up very carefully and go through many tests before colliding beams again early next year. The objective for 2015 is to run the physics program at 13 TeV. That just means that CERN is getting the Hadron Collider up to speed to prepare for smashing atoms. But there will not be any actual atom smashing until early next year. So you have nothing to worry about, people. Even when the Hadron Collider starts smashing atoms, I still don't think you have anything to worry about. By the way, the Large Hadron Collider is the world's largest and most powerful particle accelerator, lying 300 feet beneath the ground and spanning 17 circular miles within the French-Swiss border at the CERN laboratory in Geneva. It first started up on September the 10th, 2008. Through it, subatomic particles are fired in opposite directions with the help of magnets so that they smash into each other at a rate approaching the speed of light. This is supposed to replicate the supposed Big Bang in some way, and the debris left over is supposed to help researchers understand the origins of the universe. In 2012, the Hadron Collider was credited with discovering Higgs boson, which is also called the God particle. It helps explain how protons get their mass. In 2013, it was taken offline for refurbishing. Some are worried about the potential dangers of the Hadron Collider. For instance, Professor Stephen Hawking warned that Higgs boson, the God particle, has the potential to destroy the universe. He said that at very high levels, it could cause space and time to suddenly collapse and could cause a catastrophic vacuum delay if scientists were to put it under extreme stress. By the way, running the Hadron Collider at 13 TeV will be the highest level it has been run so far. The last time they ran it, I think the level was something like 7 TeV or something like that. This may be part of the reason why people are worried about running the Hadron Collider at such high levels this month. But personally, I don't think anything is going to happen. I'm not worried about it one bit. Some have shown concern with the CERN logo, which has 3 6s incorporated into it. Also, outside of the CERN headquarters in Geneva, Switzerland, is a statue of Shiva, the Hindu god of destruction. There was also this ominous promotional video released ahead of the Hadron Collider's launch depicting what looks like operators performing a dance to Shiva. Shiva is the Hindu god of destruction who performs his divine dance to destroy a weary universe and make preparations for the god Brahma to start the process of creation. Shiva has therefore been compared to the Hadron Collider, which destroys atoms by smashing them together, and some claim that this is a sign of the end times, that the Hadron Collider will destroy the Earth because it is compared to Shiva the destroyer. There is also a scene in the CERN video which appears to show an alternate dimension being opened. Interestingly enough, CERN has admitted on their website that searching for the existence of extra dimensions is one of the things that the Hadron Collider will do. However, as a Bible student, the only other dimension I'm aware of is the spiritual realm. So CERN is wasting its time here. As a matter of fact, this whole project is a waste of time if you ask me. They've spent something like $10 billion over the course of the Hadron Collider's existence to discover the mysteries of the origins of the universe when all they had to do was open a Bible that you could buy for $7.95 or read for free online. In the beginning, God created. You don't have to build a $10 billion atom-smashing machine to figure that out. Just read Genesis chapter 1. Back to this CERN end-time idiocracy. CERN produces antimatter. Some claim this has a specific type of energy, and once it will be released in our realm, it will cause dark energy within people to activate more and more, leading to violence and vivid dreams, taking control of people and causing them to go mad. And it's like opening the gates of hell.
Let's go back to Hawking for a minute. He said, remember, he's an atheist. He doesn't believe in spirits. He's a dialectical materialist. He's a Bolshevik. He believes that what they're liable to do here in CERN, Switzerland, is unleash the gates of hell on this earth. Now, here's one of the things about this. This antimatter is also called dark matter. And dark matter has energy attached to it. And the energy affects people. It affects them. And remember, when you produce antimatter, you got to contain it. Because if you don't contain it, you got to contain it. That's the biggest problem, containing it. Because if you don't contain it, it just goes wild. And they don't know what it's liable to do. Now, folks, go check me out.
Okay, Pastor Charles Lawson, let's do just that. The Department of Physics at the University of Illinois was asked, does antimatter have effects on people and the environment? To which it replied, well, we haven't produced enough of it to have a noticeable effect on anything large. In general, antimatter will not last long after it is produced because each particle will annihilate with a particle as soon as it comes in contact. Sometimes a particle and an antiparticle will orbit each other for a short while before annihilating. They are oppositely charged and hence attract electrostatically. But for the purpose of this question, matter and antimatter will annihilate into photons right away. Protons and antiprotons annihilate into other particles called pions, which decay themselves into stuff like electrons, photons, muons, which decay into electrons, and neutrinos. So the effect of antimatter is the same as the effect of the radiation produced by its annihilation. Therefore, antimatter has practically no negative effects on human beings since it is destroyed almost immediately after being created. It doesn't need to be contained so it doesn't spread and make people go mad because it doesn't last long in the environment after it's created. Some even claim CERN is a fulfillment of Bible prophecy. Let's take a look.
A large portion of CERN is located in the territory of St. Genus Poli. In Roman times, it was called Apolliacum. The town and the temple were dedicated to Apollyon, the destroyer, Shiva, or Horus. The very city that CERN is sitting on is the ancient temple to the god Apollyon, which is today in the Hindu temples Shiva, which is the goddess of destruction and recreation. Destruction of what? It's the only goddess, catch this, out of the thousands of gods that are out there, it is the only one, the only deity that claims to destroy the universe for the purpose of recreating it. It's it. So would it shock you to discover, let's read this out of Revelation. To him who was given the key of the bottomless pit, he opened the bottomless pit, and they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue his name is Apollyon. The bottomless pit is connected, according to our Bible, to the god Apollyon, which is Hasatan himself. And the very temple of Apollyon is sitting right dead center in CERN.
This passage really has nothing to do with CERN. Revelation chapter 9 is actually talking about the rise of Islam. And the king it talks about, that is, the angel of the bottomless pit, is a reference to Ottoman the Turk, who united the disorganized Islamic countries, bringing them under one central government. That period extended from July 27th, 1299 to July 27th, 1449. For more on that, I'll leave a link in the description box to an explanation of Revelation chapter 9. The claim that the Hadron Collider at CERN will trigger a catastrophic end-time event this month is a false claim. The Hadron Collider is not even scheduled to start smashing atoms until early next year. The only thing it's going to be doing this month is getting up to speed, and nowhere have I read that it is supposed to take place on the 23rd of September. I think people just took that date and ran with it to boost their YouTube video views. It's true that there is some occultism associated with CERN, like the 666 in their logo, and especially the Shiva statue at their headquarters, but that is not evidence that CERN will play a part in end-time prophecy. CERN's Hadron Collider does produce antimatter. That antimatter does not cause people to go mad. Antimatter is actually quickly obliterated in the environment after it is created. And Revelation chapter 9 has nothing to do with CERN's Hadron Collider. It talks about the rise of Islam and Ottoman the Turk. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it. Let's get the word out. Jesus is coming soon. Subscribe if you're new. If you'd like to check out some of my past videos, just click on the screen. I have a lot of good Christian videos, which I'm sure you'll enjoy if you liked this one. Also, check out some of my popular playlists. Links are in the description box. Please pray for me and my Christian video ministry as well. And if you feel impressed to make a donation to contribute to my ministry, you can do so by clicking on the donation link in the description box. Your donations make a difference. God bless.